Well, the first time I met Pastor Jimmy Caroll, it was down on Bragg Street, one of the most dangerous areas in Raleigh, North Carolina. He came walking down the street with some other pastors, and I was at the shipyard, and I was out there talking to some young guys, and he came up, and we began to talk, and I began to share with him what we did in the community, and he fell in love with it. I could see in his eyes, he was like, this is something I want to be a part of. SHIP Outreach is an outreach that was founded by me and my wife, Dr. Jacqueline Jones. It started off by us serving hot dogs and socks to gang members walking up and down the street. And from that, now today, we serve more than 3,000 families a month from our what we call Bread of Life. We also develop a weight room that we call the Shipyard to help people have nutrition and take better care of their bodies. We also have a component that we call the Galley, which is a non-profit grocery store that helps bring food into our neighborhood, which is called a food desert. And there in the food desert, we also need a place for people to come and gather, a safe place, because a lot of stores in our community are not very safe for the elderly people and some of the people that are moving into the neighborhood. And so we had to have that safe place. And those are some of the components that we built around our neighborhood. We was filling gaps. And we also developed what we call our trafficking initiative to help the women that were out on the streets, and also an organization called TEI, Transition Employment Initiative, to help those that are unemployed transition back to employment. We're sitting in a great space right now that something that we had dreamed of bringing all of our components under one roof, and it's been done. And I would like to say this, it couldn't be done without gracious donors as the Caroll Foundation that's walked alongside of us to help us bring this thing to pass. But in our space now, we will have our galley store, we will have our shipyard weight room, we will have our warehouse, we will have a women's clothing store. There'll be so many great things that we'll have here to continue the work that Jimmy Caroll loves seeing us do. So we just obtained a hotel here in the city, and at the hotel is to house women that have been trafficked. We've been doing our trafficking initiative for about maybe a little over 2 years. We've been working with women on the street. Right now we're up to working with approximately 50 women that are out on the street that are being trafficked, and traffic is defined in so many different ways. But we've been working with some women out there to help them to find jobs, to get housing, to get their mental health needs met. But by the center that we'll have, which once again, we just thank God for the Caroll Foundation coming and partnering with us, that this thing can come alive, that will be a blessing to many women in the city, that have a place to house them, to have a place to get them the mental health that they need, a place they can come that they can call their own.